Welcome to another episode of Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that? Dude, you remember back in the day, got near the end of school, we was getting ready.
Yeah, them summertime vibes.
Yeah, ready to hit summer. What was the main thing, especially like junior, senior year, what was the main thing that we looked forward to at the end of the last like couple weeks of school?
Water gun fights.
Water gun fight. And of course it was West Side Squirt 'em
West Side
Ups.
Squirt 'em Ups on mine.
So
What was the other ones? The waterfalls?
The waterfalls, yeah. So we had, I mean, I know a lot of schools have their own traditions. You know, I know water fights are big in a lot of places, but that was our thing. We had, it was two gangs essentially.
Right.
It was the West Side Squirt 'em Ups, and it was the waterfalls.
Yeah.
And we used to battle it out. We used to sneak little super soakers into school to get people during class.
Yeah, it was like that last. I don't know if it was the last full week of school, but definitely those last last couple days
during
of school.
finals and stuff. Yeah. So it got me really thinking about those days because now a lot of the kids, they play the assassin game where you draw names and there's one dude out set to kill you.
Yeah.
And, but once they get you, you're out type of thing. And I'm like, it's cool because there's a suspense factor.
That's crazy. I didn't know that's what it was. I keep seeing I've seen the clips of it happening.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, my best friend got me. They didn't think it was real. I didn't know that's what it was. It was an assassin thing.
And
that's
you don't
crazy.
know who to trust and the whole night. And
Right.
so the suspense part of that, like, I guess that could be, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But man, our brawls that we, because it would start at school. We would sneak the little ones, remember the little super soakers and stuff
Into the school.
and you try to get people in class without getting caught and getting your stuff taken away. But then the second that bell rang. Yeah,
after school,
it was on, and remember we used to walk all the way across to the park.
Yeah, to Vets Park.
Yeah. And we just have these like crazy all-out water fights, the super soakers and the water balloons, and remember filling up in the fountain.
In the fountain,
the chlorine
right
water.
Park. Yeah, I remember that. You had the big. I don't remember how big it was. I want to say it was like a 2-gallon backpack.
Yeah, that's the one I had. That's the one I used to. Yeah, the
just
big,
the long pump. You just. Taking down the whole team.
So I remember I had that, and I had I had the pump action. I had both.
Yeah.
And then I had the pocket one for when we was in school.
That's crazy. I don't really remember junior year, but I do remember senior year, and I guess because I was the driver, so I remember having the car loaded up, one head out of each window, somebody out the sunroof.
That's the way we was doing it, man. I had the V-dub. We was like doing drive-by.
All up and down Culver City. That was crazy.
Oh, man.
That was crazy.
And we were getting people that weren't even involved.
That weren't even in it, yeah.
It was like, hey,
don't be sitting at a bus stop after school gets out.
Yep, you just a casualty. Oh,
that was
man.
crazy.
But yeah, those times. Yeah, but I keep seeing videos pop up every once in a while with the assassin game, and I'm like, man, it ain't got nothing on what we used to do. Like it was crazy times.
It was
crazy
full on.
times.
I know that picture pops up every now and then. It had to be at least like 20, 25 of us in the park with all the water guns and everything.
Yeah,
I see that picture every blue moon, and I'm like, man, those were the days. Some good times.
West Side Squirt 'em Ups.
Squirt 'em up.
Waterfall killers.
The good old days. The good old days.
Can you reach that? You see that? Let's talk about it. Read that.
Believe that.
Let the people know that we see that.
And what they want to know.
Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Now you're home. Can you reach that?
Can you reach that?
Cool.
Can you reach that?
So last week we spoke on Kevin Hart and his new show that's going to be a comedy competition.
Yeah.
But I wanted to speak on Kevin Hart's workload because the man is always working.
He is.
I remember seeing.
He must be part Jamaican.
Right. I remember seeing an interview with Jay Farrow where he was doing an impersonation, and he was just talking about I'm in everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'll leave that to Jay Farrow.
That's your best Kevin Hart right there.
But I feel like I'm 2 times too large to do Kevin Hart.
You got to shoot me from all the way over there.
So yeah, but no, he was joking, but he was like, oh, I'm in every movie. I'm in this. Because Kevin Hart seems to just constantly be
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's easy for him. He can just pop in and pop out.
Right. Unseen.
Right.
I felt the whisk breeze. What was that? But Jumanji 4 has wrapped filming, so he's got Jumanji 4 coming up.
4.
So,
okay.
That's going to be a clash of virtual reality characters mixing with real world characters that are stuck in a demo mode of some sorts. That's the synopsis.
Okay, interesting.
So he's got that coming out, which, all right, and now I've seen that they've settled on a script, or they've settled on the premise, and everybody's on the same page for a Ride Along 3.
Ride Along 3.
I guess there's been scripts going back and forth, tossed out, tossed in, tossed out.
Who's been asking for that?
I
mean, I'm here for it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm here for it.
But apparently, like Ice Cube, Kevin Hart, everybody's on board, and
that'll be dope.
It's going down now. So the writing's done.
We got Ride Along 3 before the last Friday. That's why we can't get a Friday, man.
Right? Like Kevin Hart's taking up all the time from Ice Cube's focus.
If anything, Kevin Hart should be in the last Friday.
He should.
That's what needs to happen.
He should.
Nice little cameo.
He's gonna be Smokey's son.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
So, but the other thing he's got going, and I don't know if it's of the norm, but he's gonna be the new roast. He's gonna get roasted.
Oh, he's the roasty?
He's the roasty. So live on Netflix, May 10th.
Oh yeah. That's
5 p.m. Pacific,
that's gonna
8
be dope.
p.m.
All right.
Eastern.
So
the roast of Kevin Hart, hosted by Shane Gillis.
Who would you like to see on the dais? First off, the fact that Shane Gillis is he taking over for Jeff Ross? Is Shane Gillis going to be the new roast master? Or
well, he's hosting it. That doesn't mean Jeff Ross isn't there. I'm assuming Jeff Ross is going to be there because he's
the roast master. Yeah,
the roast master general.
He's been leading the roast for a minute. Who else do you think we can see on the dais?
I feel like you got to have The Rock there because of their relationship.
Definitely.
I feel like potentially Shaq.
I could see Shaq. I feel like Snoop will be on. I feel like Snoop is on every day. It's damn near.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
So and I feel like you're gonna have a bunch of the comedians that kind of generally
that we always see on there
come in and out.
The Lisa Lampanelli's. Lisa Lampanelli's funny.
Yeah. Nikki Glaser. She's a good one. Yeah. Nikki Glaser.
I don't remember who's roasted. Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. No, that was
phenomenal set.
One of the best.
Phenomenal.
One of the best. One of the most memorable.
So I definitely hope that she's on there. That'll be dope to see.
So yeah, I mean, Kevin Hart getting roasted, and
it'll be a light roast.
Right. But having a comedian like that be roasted is always fun because the rebuttal is going to be great.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, that's going to be May 10th on Netflix. So
can't wait. That'll be dope.
It'll air live. And speaking on other comedians, we'll steer away from Kevin Hart, and we'll go right into Dave Chapelle.
Chapelle Show.
So the Chapelle Show, by far one of my favorite sketch comedy shows ever. We've talked a lot about A Living Color. We've mentioned SNL. We've mentioned Mad TV. All of them have their places
right
in that art form. The impact that the Chapelle had in such a short 2 season. I know it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3, but he was only involved in the first 2.
We'll call it 2-season run is just insane.
Right.
Because
culturally iconic.
Because to this day, like, there's times where I'm just in a mood and I'm just like, I don't know what I want to watch, but I'm just, I need something to just lighten my head a little. I'll throw on the Chapelle Show. And even though some of the jokes are dated, it's definitely not an evergreen show. It's still hilarious.
Nah, they still hold weight.
It's still hilarious.
They still hold weight. I mean, Clayton Bigsby.
It's just hilarious.
Definitely timepiece comedy. But the way that he did, just for those 2 seasons that he did it, it was phenomenal.
It was great. It was so great. It was so great.
Everything they did, all bangers.
But he's been asked many times,
to come back and do.
Would you ever do it again?
Yeah.
And recently he responded and he said, you know what? If you asked me a year ago, I'd have been like, nah. But he said it's come up so much now that he's actually kind of considering. He's actually thinking about it. So my question to you is, would you want a new Chapelle Show? And the follow-up question is, would you want it to be on Comedy Central again, or would you want him to go network or streaming, or would you want him to be on a Showtime, HBO,
like a full-on?
I feel like it's a Netflix.
I mean, at this point, Netflix seems to be the big.
I mean, Chappelle's done all his latest
platform.
Yeah,
that he's been on. I mean, most comedy specials seem to come out on Netflix.
Right.
So it would be interesting to see if they put it on like an Amazon Prime.
And I wonder
if
there's any naming rights ownership for the Chapelle Show title of by Comedy Central, if they still hold that, or if they're gonna have to call it something else.
That'll be interesting. Well, so to answer your first question, yes, I'm down for a new Chapelle Show, including Dave Chappelle. That I feel like, hands down, it's what we need right now. It will be interesting to see the direction that he goes. Is he gonna go into like full on old Dave Chappelle, where there's risk is the first word that comes to mind, but pushing that envelope, crossing that line like he did before,
right?
With the Clayton Bigsby, but at the time that was more. I don't know how well that would fly right now.
Yeah.
We're in a weird area right now where we are kind of PC, but we're not. So I don't know how that would go, but it would be dope to see what he does. It would be dope to see how he does it. As far as where he does it, I mean, I feel like Comedy Central is the main place that it should be. But I feel like it would make sense to be on Netflix.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I want it to happen.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it should just be Netflix. And at the very least, if it's going to be on some sort of a network, HBO, Showtime, something like that. I don't think Comedy Central, for one, I think there's a sourness between the two parties. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that. But
time heals all wounds. It's been.
But the other side of it is, I think because he does like to push those boundaries, I feel like it's time to take it off of just standard cable and put it on something.
He could push the boundaries a little further on a Netflix.
Because even if he went on an HBO or a Showtime type thing, which would also stream obviously, but I feel like he could really really take that, take it and run with it. And Netflix obviously would be because all his specials are there as of late. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
The other thing I would want is some of that OG cast back.
Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely, we need. I mean, rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. It won't be the same without him.
Right.
But to see Donnell Rawlins, we need Donnell Rawlins back
Ashley
on there.
Larry? Yeah.
We need Ashley Larry back on there.
Can we get a AI version of Charlie Murphy? I mean, I don't know, like
we'll have to have somebody playing Charlie Murphy as Charlie Murphy.
Yeah. And playing Charlie Murphy tonight.
Somebody playing Charlie Murphy playing Prince.
Because you know what? The true Hollywood story things that he did.
Yeah.
So they did the one, obviously, they did the Rick James and they did the Prince. But then he had others that were on the DVD set.
Yeah.
That didn't air.
That never made it.
They were just hilarious.
Yeah, those are the big
great
three.
Stories.
Those are the big three. Rick James, Prince, and Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the Lil Jon, that was
him though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
The Charlie Murphy was the Prince and the Rick James, but he had other ones that were on the deleted or the unaired on the bonus features.
Right.
And hilarious stories, man. So I mean, it sucks that we won't get some more of that unless they have some archived. They might have more archived.
They might.
So,
it might be on some bonus feature type
or
stuff.
they could take the stories that he talked about on the deleted deleted DVDs.
Oh, and expand on those.
And just make them into actual skits.
Yeah.
So
that'll be cool.
With him narrating.
That'd be dope.
So, but nonetheless, I'm ready for a Chapelle Show. I think Netflix makes sense too. I agree. So, looking forward to it. There's nothing that says, my favorite comedian like a Dave Chappelle show. I mean,
right.
Dave Chappelle is definitely top of my list.
I agree. He's up there. Ironically, those two back to back. Kevin Hart.
Killing Me Softly. That special alone. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's had other great specials, but Killing Me Softly is like right up there with like Raw. Like it's right there for me. Like it's right there. It's just classic. It's hilarious. I can still watch it and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So stop thinking about it, Dave Chappelle. Let's bring it back.
Let's just do it.
Let's start the show.
Be about it.
Well, I guess with that, we can get into some quick hitters and some upcoming movies and entertainment.
Ooh, what do you think? Got? What you got?
Let me pull out my list here. So on some quick hitters, we got Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves returning as Dr. Robotnik and Shadow, respectively, for Sonic 4.
Another Sonic.
Set for release in spring 2027.
Okay. Was Sonic 3 big? Did Sonic 3 hit?
I can tell you this, and I'm a movie buff. I watched Sonic 1, enjoyed it, thought it was okay. It wasn't great.
It was entertaining.
It was good.
Yeah.
For
a Sonic movie.
I watched part of the second one and fell asleep, and I have yet to go back, and I never saw the third one.
Yeah, see, I can't remember if I saw the third one or not. I remember seeing whichever one had Knuckles in it. I don't know if that was the second or the third.
I feel like that was the third.
So maybe I did see the third one. But no, fourth one. I mean,
fourth one's coming.
To see Jim Carrey as Robotnik again. He played that character great.
He did play it well.
He played it great.
Play it well.
So that'll be good to see.
So next up, we got Johnny Knoxville confirming that Jackass 5 is wrapped filming and set for theaters at the end of June of this year.
Another Jackass?
So we're getting another Jackass. We got a lot of the old school OGs, and we got, obviously, there's some new cast members.
I wonder if Steve-O comes back.
So rumor is that they're all there. So word is, I should say.
The band's back together again, huh?
In some Disney/Pixar news, one of my favorite Pixar films, The Incredibles.
Love The Incredibles.
Love The Incredibles. Incredibles 2.
Banger.
Both of them just top notch.
Great movies.
The long-awaited Incredibles 3 has a release date of June 2028. So we've got a couple years to wait on that one, but at least we know it's
coming.
It's coming, and that's going to be followed the following year in 2029 by Coco 2.
Ooh, a second Coco.
So I got to say, of those two, I'm a lot more excited for Incredibles. Coco was good. And I'm a Pixar fan, so I mean, it'll definitely be watched,
good. Yeah,
but I'm looking forward to Incredibles 2. I enjoy the Incredibles films. Not Pixar, but Disney related. Disney Plus streaming service. They're launching, or I should say, they launched a 24-hour scheduled stream of everything Ice Age. So the series, the movies.
They have like an Ice Age channel.
Yeah, similar to what they did with The Simpsons. There's a 24-hour Simpsons, so now they have a 24-hour Ice Age stream going. So,
interesting. Okay.
We got Sony. They are announcing an Labubu film adaptation. It's going to be a mixture of CGI and live action. I don't know if you're all about the Labubu. I could sort of care less.
Yeah, I'm not big on Labubus. I'm not really sure. I understand why there's a craze behind it, but
the hype behind it, even months ago, even a while back, I was like, they're going to do a movie.
Yeah,
I mean, if they
have to,
if they made a movie about emojis, they're going to make a movie about
Labubus. Yeah,
so
gotta ride the wave while you can. Make that money.
Studio A24 has put out that they're doing there's talks of a Bloodsport remake. Remember this?
Like a reboot?
Remember the Jean-Claude Van Damme?
No, yeah.
Classicness.
Huge. I say huge, but definitely a
Van Damme one of my favorite Van Damme
back in the day.
Yeah. So,
all those movies back then, the Broken Arrows,
right.
The Bloodsports,
Double Impact.
Is
that the one with Rodman? Right.
I think so. Yeah, Rodman was in that one. Yeah. Defense wins the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Bottom of my list for the Van Damme films, unfortunately. But,
so I wonder.
But I don't think it's going to be centered around Van Damme per se.
I imagine that, but I wonder if he's going to have at least a cameo.
But I feel like they would have to bring in maybe a trainer.
Yeah, do him like how they did Rocky and Creed, where like
trains them, somebody, or maybe it's his son. I don't know. That's what they tend to go to.
That'll be dope. Bloodsport. Okay.
You got Ryan Gosling putting in work. So there's rumors that he's been having conversations with Marvel about playing Ghost Rider in the MCU. He's been asked about it and quoted as saying it's a complicated situation, but apparently talks are going on, and unilaterally he's also in talks to play Terminator in an upcoming Terminator film. So he might take over the Terminator role, he might take over Ghostface, he might do both. It's all in talks right now. So
interesting.
He's another one that I guess is out there putting in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Switching gear to series. Netflix has their live-action Assassin's Creed series. It's begun filming finally. Series is going to be an original story set in Rome, 64 A.D. If you're familiar with the games.
I am not.
So it's kind of like a virtual time travel kind of thing where you go back to these times and you're an assassin. You're kind of altering
the timeline.
You have ways of doing things, and it's a great game. I remember the first Assassin's Creed that I played. One of the features is when you get to one of the highest points, there's always a hay bale at the bottom, and you do this crazy swan dive from like hundreds of feet up, and it just and you just land in the hay bale.
Land right on the hay bale.
You're good. And I remember the first time the effect that they do in that game for that animation was just like stomach dropping. It was just
crazy, a full-on belly flop.
I mean, maybe it's because my TV is huge, but the way that the motion and everything, it was like, So I hope they implement that in the series. I hope he's diving off of 300-foot towers into a bucket of hay.
Is that animated or live action?
Live action.
Live action. Okay.
Yeah, live action. So it looks like it could be pretty interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Another series spinoff. Family Guy is getting another character spinoff. We had the Cleveland Show.
Quagmire?
Stewie
before Quagmire.
So series is going to be called Stewie. They've signed on for 2 seasons through Hulu, and
nice.
The talk is that it's going to be about him attending some sort of a daycare nursery school type thing,
right?
Preschool thing where they teach about universes.
Okay.
And so he has his time machine and whatnot. So I guess he's. Speculation, but it might be every episode he's in a different universe, different timelines, and so travel through time. So yeah, so we'll see what that turns out.
Stewie's about to end up in the MCU.
Could be interesting. The other Family Guy characters will make cameos throughout the series. Not going to be main focus though. It's obviously all about Stewie.
All about Stewie. Okay. All about Stewie and daycare, huh?
Yeah, and that's my quick hitters.
That's crazy.
So,
well, I got one. Another movie that's coming up.
What you got?
The Michael Jackson biopic.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's actually going to drop. So by the time this episode comes out,
right,
the biopic is going to drop tomorrow.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that one out.
The last big Michael Jackson, and it really wasn't a Michael Jackson thing, was the Jackson 5 series that was on TV when we was growing up.
And I'm curious to see what this biopic is going to cover. Like, where does it start and where does it end? And is it going to cover the life to the point where he passes, or is it going to be a great portion and then there leave room for more and possibly do another one?
Well, let me tell you the info that I got.
What you got?
So it's going to be directed by, and I'm gonna jack his name up, but
butcher it.
Antoine Fuqua. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Fuqua.
Fuqua.
But he's mostly known for his work with Training Day.
Okay.
So, if anybody loved that movie,
King Kong ain't got nothing on him.
This should be a good movie for a biopic.
Training Day. I gotta remember if I've seen that before.
So, one thing that I thought was interesting is the cast, the main characters.
Okay.
The individual that's going to be playing Michael Jackson is actually his nephew, Jafar Jackson.
And maybe I'm just way wrong because I'm not familiar with all the nephews and the extended family.
Yes, it's a lot.
But didn't he have nephews that didn't they have a group called 3T? Is that one of the members of 3T?
There was a 3T. I don't remember if that was a member of I don't remember if he was. I don't remember who was in it.
Was the T's the initials of their names?
Well, I think they might have been Tito's kids.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know.
But I do remember the 3T, but I don't remember who was in it. So yeah, he's gonna be playing Michael. Crazy thing, as I was looking up this information,
okay,
I saw that Nia Long is gonna be playing Katherine Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Now, ironically, I had to double back and make sure because I was like, I want to say that that's his mom,
right?
But I wasn't 100% sure, and I was tripping because I'm like, well, everybody knows Joe's his daddy.
Well, because
nobody really
you hear about you hear about the
Joe.
controversy. That's why
all the time. And I was like, I don't really remember his mom being out in front of the spotlight like that. She was just there. So yeah, Nia Long is going to be playing Katherine Jackson.
And it's hard for this is where it gets hard for me, right? And I'm not saying she can't pull it off. She's a great actress.
She is.
My struggle is that I still see Nia Long as, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Nia Long, Friday Nia Long.
Right.
Like, I don't portray her as like a mother of somebody. You know what I mean? Like, she's still like the young. Right. She's still, she
still looks good.
She doesn't have the
age. Well, they're gonna have a whole lot of makeup.
Right.
On her
Right. So kudos, because I know the acting is there. So, but yeah,
that'll be dope. And then the other big name that I saw was Miles Teller.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be playing the lawyer, John Branca. So yeah, it looks like it says that they're gonna cover the lifespan, but it's mainly gonna focus on his rise to fame in the 80s.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be the big bulk of it.
That's where he was the king of pop, right?
Yeah,
Before
exactly.
the controversy kicked in,
Yeah, his Thriller era.
Right.
Because
it was like mid-'90s when all the controversy kicked off.
Kind of started.
Into the early 2000s, obviously. So, okay.
So I feel like that's going to be the main focus, like 80s going into the 90s, the Thriller, the Billie Jeans, the Beat It's.
I feel like, and, not to say that they're going to do this, but I feel like you could take just his whole court case battle, the whole legal trouble,
could be a whole movie.
And that could be a whole movie in and itself.
Yeah.
So
like
the OJ thing,
Right.
You could just
OJ
had his football career and maybe some acting in there, and then you could have the whole other thing about his court case. You know? I think it's the same thing for Mike. I think you could do a whole.
There's a lot of different, and that's the thing, especially with somebody who has had the career spanning as long as it did, before his untimely passing, the different roads or avenues that you can take, because we can do Michael Jackson as the individual, Michael Jackson as the artist,
right?
Like there's so many different Michael Jackson as the family man,
right? The behind the scenes, the life of,
not just his in front of the camera persona, but like behind the camera. Like there could be so many different versions of a story of Michael Jackson.
Well, people said that like his on camera voice and his off camera voice
are two totally different.
They said he talked like how we're talking right now,
but then when he gets on camera, it's all like, oh, Bubbles,
right? Why'd you have to go to Bubbles? Why'd it have to be Bubbles?
Bubbles was his number 2, man. I've also heard Michael was gangster as fuck though. Like
right, I've heard like a lot of stories like that. That he
behind the scenes,
he was quick to cuss somebody out in the whole nine. Like he had a little Joe in him.
Behind the scenes, Michael handled his business, which was crazy. And he learned from the best. So
yeah.
That was crazy to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this when it drops. I don't know how long. I don't know if I'm going to see it in the theaters or if I'm going to wait till it comes on streaming.
Right.
But we'll see how this weekend goes. I might go check it out on Friday.
Well, speaking of longevity, icon figures, public figures, Snoop Dogg's biopic,
Snoop Dogg,
is happening and will be in theaters.
Snoop's doing a biopic
next year.
I mean, it makes sense. He's had a long enough career that he can do that. But I mean, I'm kind of iffy on Snoop now. Like, I still love him to death, but I love him a little less. Maybe not quite to death. I love him to the ICU.
I love you to sick.
I love you to terminally ill.
Snoop is one of those people, where internationally, like Mike, internationally, all you got to do is hear a little of his voice and everyone's eyebrows go up because they know who it is. You know,
for real.
I mean, he doesn't have to try anymore to be on people's song. Like if you get a feature from Snoop, and even if it's just like the most basic
garbage
of Doctor, he could rap a Dr. Seuss book.
Even if he was like bloop bloop de bloop.
It's just the voice itself.
Yeah,
it
iconic.
Carries weight. So
super iconic.
Needless to say, the biopic is going to be called Snoop. I don't know if you could have guessed that. But
the Crip Chronicles.
Jonathan Davis will play Snoop Dogg, and it's going to come out next year, and we'll see how we'll see. I mean, we'll get more information on that, obviously, and
that'll be dope to see.
But that'll be pretty good. I feel like if now we're to the point where we're getting a Snoop, I feel like next up we need a Nipsey. I mean, at this point, let's just get a Nipsey.
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, it's been. I feel like it's been a long enough time since he's passed. Because
you've got his growing up. You've got obviously the upbringing. You've got the gang life. You've got the musician, the artist, and you've got the entrepreneur and the mogul.
Right.
You've got a lot of factors to this dude's life. So,
that would be dope. I would definitely love to see that one.
So
a Nipsey biopic is top of our list. I don't know. Perfect person to do it, or at least in my mind, Ryan Coogler.
To play Nipsey?
No, not to play Nipsey. But, I mean, he got the vernacular down, So, but for him to direct it.
I can see him taking that project.
I can see Michael B. Jordan playing Nipsey though.
Michael B. Jordan playing Nipsey. No, I can't. I can't.
You got anybody in mind, or? I mean, that's the first person that came to my mind.
I don't know, but like it's got to be because Nipsey was he was Snoop like in his stature.
He was.
So you got to find somebody with that lankiness that
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head right now.
I feel like Michael B. Jordan is a good enough actor that he could pull it off.
You have to lose a lot of weight.
I mean, he's a method actor. He bulked up for Creed. So Killmonger, like he fits his roles, so that would be an interesting one to see. But yeah, a Nipsey biopic would be dope.
I concur. Well, switching from movies, biopics into sports. I know it's your favorite subject.
Sports, love me some sports.
Shaquille O'Neal, have you heard of him?
He played on the Clippers, didn't he? No, I'm kidding. I know he wasn't a Clipper.
So Big Shaq, he's got this. Well, he just recently wrapped up the Dunkman show, where he had these street dunkers.
Show.
It was on
like some and one type shit.
TNT, I believe.
Like some and one type shit.
No, well, just dunking. I mean, you could call it the and one of dunks, if you will, because it is street dunkers.
Yeah.
So the dunk contest in the NBA, you know, it's
gotten lame over the years.
There's been some spectacular ones, but in recent years they've been pretty bland. I feel like the stars are scared to get into it.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's afraid to get hurt. It's more of a.
I mean, LeBron from the day he got drafted bragged about how he was going to win it, he was going to do it, and every year until it was too late, you know, age-wise, I guess. Every year he had some sort of reason why he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a lot of the superstars who come out that can probably pull a dunk contest off.
Right.
It just kind of phased out because, you know, you had back in the day, obviously you had the Mikes, the Dominique Wilkins, the Vince Carters. You know, you had superstars getting in the dunk contest to beat each other to show that they were better.
Right.
And then it kind of phased out. It started, you know, Kobe, you know, won his, and it started phasing out.
I feel like they got too big for the program. You know, the amount of money that these people are making now, they don't want to jeopardize that.
The more recent ones, you know, the Aaron Gordon, he got robbed. I mean, nothing against Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine, their battle was phenomenal. I think Aaron Gordon with that under the legs over the mascot. I think that won that dunk contest. So I think he was robbed. But that was the last real battle between two people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to take away their credit, but they're not superstars. They got, you know, they made their. I think Zach LaVine definitely, his name, you know, his stock went up when he won the dunk contest. I think Aaron Gordon's stock went up when he was in the dunk, you know, in that battle.
Yeah.
That was the last real great dunk contest. And Matt McClung, being a G League star, winning 3 in a row, he did some great dunks, and he was very entertaining to watch, but he had no competition. So there was no battle to it.
Yeah. No, it just seems like a different game to me now.
But these street dunkers, man, like Kilgannon and a bunch of these guys, like just you see them on YouTube just doing crazy stuff. So the fact that Shaq created the show, and this is the second iteration, this last one that just finished airing a month or so ago, phenomenal. It's like the stuff that these guys are doing are just leaps and bounds over what the NBA dunk contest is showing off.
Right.
So
yeah, the NBA dunk contest has gotten soft, and you know, I feel like it's more focused on the investment of the player,
right,
versus the skill of the player now. You
right.
know? Because back in the day, like, people had something to prove. Like, I mean, we had people jumping over cars.
Right.
Clay Thomas or Thompson? You just gonna let me flounder, huh?
Yeah, because Klay Thompson's a 3-point shooter, and he was never in the dunk contest. But if you're talking about Blake Griffin,
okay,
which is not even, it doesn't even rhyme.
Hey, look, Blake and Klay sound a lot alike.
Okay. they're both light skinned.
They're both light skinned. That's what it is. They all look alike. You line them all up, you can't tell them apart. I can't tell them apart.
So yeah, if you're talking about Blake Griffin, you know, jumping the hood of the car to dunk, yeah.
Like, we had people that was coming out trying to,
and I'm not taking away from Blake Griffin. You know, he that dude can jump out the roof too, but that dunk contest wasn't great either.
Right.
He had some dope dunks, but it wasn't a great dunk contest. But the Shaq one has been entertaining for the 2 seasons that they did it. But it's more of a spotlight show. You know, there's 6 episodes. They you know, they break them down. They have them battle. You know, they give them scores and whatnot. They have guest judges.
I got to check that out.
Cash prize. It's very entertaining. But Shaq's taking it a step further. He's creating a Dunkman League now. And
nice. Okay.
He wants to give more of a spotlight to these guys over a season rather than just a couple of episodes or these one-offs. So some of the notes I got. Let me see. So
like another street ball league, similar to a big three.
To a certain degree, like a big three. So basically, what he wants it to do is he wants to get 24 elite dunkers across 4 groups. 4 group stage events for a $500,000 prize. Olympic-style scoring, and in a season-long format designed to give pro dunkers consistent exposure beyond the traditional one-night contests. You know, and he wants to be a best of the best. He's going to have events airing across TNT, TBS, True TV, and HBO Max, and there'll be highlighted additional content on Bleacher Report, House of Highlights, and YouTube. So I'm liking the angle that Shaq's going with this Dunkman League because You go check out the last one. It was.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that
out. I'm. And this is not a knock. And I apologize. I don't remember all the contestants' names, but they had a dude on there who's like 5'4", jumping over 7-footers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
damn,
just
crazy hops.
Like just boosties, like bunnies. Yeah, I mean, these guys are just jumping out. I mean, literally jumping out of their shoes. I mean, like the stuff that they're doing is amazing. Stuff you haven't seen in NBA dunk contests. Just the creativity.
Yeah.
The creativity alone. So it's one thing to have the skill to jump high, to get above the rim, to dunk. But the creativity.
Yeah, that goes with it. Yeah. I'm going to check that one out. I got to check that one out.
Like Kilgannon, man, that dude's invented over 200 dunks. He's invented 200 dunks. And, a lot of it's showcased on YouTube, and then he gets in a bunch of, like, these one-off dunk contests, and, he kills it.
Yeah.
And won Shaq's as well. But
that's crazy.
But, yeah, kudos to Shaq, man. That dude is the ultimate entrepreneur.
He really is.
He's the ultimate investor. He's the ultimate ideals maker. That the team he's got around him that supports and or builds up what he comes up with is just amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely somebody that all players should look to as what to do when you're not playing basketball. When basketball is done,
when basketball's over, yeah.
What do you do with your money? And even while you're playing, like, get your money right.
Yeah. Like, we've seen this man play basketball. We've seen this man rap. We've seen this man sell.
He's a commentator.
Pizza.
And his one of his key points is that if you see me in a commercial or an ad for a product, he goes, "I'm not endorsing the product. I'm an owner."
Right.
His whole thing is like,
ownership.
He'll do commercials for free if you give him a stake in the company.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's his whole thing. I want ownership.
Yeah.
So and it's smart because companies are like, all right.
Yeah, definitely. So one thing, there's a group out there that has something in common with Shaq as far as music goes, and now as far as shoes go, or at least rumored. It's rumored that Nike is going to do a 30th anniversary special edition Air Force One to commemorate Outkast's ATLiens. It's a rumor right now. There's no official.
When you say ATLiens, I got elevators, the beats in my head right now.
Yeah,
Jazzy Bell.
That bass line drop. Yeah, ATLiens was so unique for the time when it came out.
Such a classic album.
It was so different. It was so far ahead of its time.
Yeah.
We had heard nothing like that at that point. Actually, I won't say we haven't heard anything like that. I will say it had some ties to like a George Clinton Funkadelic kind of vibe to it. It was very funkadelic. It was super spacey,
But they owned it in their own right. I mean, it was like, I mean, that's we've talked about Outkast on this show countless times. One of my favorite groups, just the creativity level between those two guys.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because they're so individual, but they're
together.
Together.
It's like a yin and yang,
Yeah. Opposites attract type
But which
thing.
is crazy because initially in the beginning, or at least as a young kid, with my young adult eyes looking at them, like, they didn't look that different to me. But growing up with them as they were growing up, you could definitely see how Andre was stepping more into his individuality,
for sure,
with the tassely pants, and
more
the
eclectic
the
style,
football pads, super eclectic, trying to be super unique, super individual,
turning to a lot of the melodic tones, as well.
And it was crazy to me when it came out, when they did the double disc, Speaker Box and The Love Below. I thought I was going to be Speaker Box all day. I thought it was going to be Speaker Box hands down. Like, I was a huge Big Boy fan in the beginning. And then I flipped it over, put in the other CD, and listened to Love Below. And I was like,
impressed.
Yo, what the fuck is this? I was shocked. I was like, damn, I can't believe I like Andre more than I like Big Boy. Because I didn't think that was going to happen. I really thought it was going to be Andre over Big Boy. I mean, Big Boy over Andre. And then I listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, like, Big who?
Yeah, man. That album.
That album was dope.
That double album was dope.
But yeah, so there's talks that there's potentially going to be a commemorative shoe to celebrate the 30th anniversary of ATLiens.
Okay.
There's no official release yet.
I hope that somewhere on that shoe they got like some of the comic from the.
That would be dope.
From the pamphlet. That would be.
That would be dope.
Super fire.
There was a image that came out of what the shoe might look like, but it's not an official image. I think it was just some type of rendering that somebody came out with,
right?
Having like the black,
the colors,
the purple, the green in it, and everything like that.
Yeah.
But and there's no word on if it's actually going to be a collab with Outkast or if it's just like a tribute to
like
commemorate the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if they take the Love Below and Speaker Box play on it, and the right shoe is more Big Boy, the left shoe is more Andre. Like, that'd be crazy.
That'd be dope.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be super dope.
And if they do that, now that I've said this publicly, I need my cut because
mark the date. See if we called it.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's supposed to release. If it does release, that's going to release later this year.
I guess to be honest with you, I guess they wouldn't do that because it's a tribute to ATLiens. So I guess that idea backfires. But if they ever do a tribute to Speaker Box and Love Below,
1-1.
I'm saying it now.
The left and the right.
So
yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Shout out to, if this does happen, shout out to Nike.
That is real hip hop right there.
Commemorating Outkast, especially and I think timing works perfectly, especially on the heels of them being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mad props to them. Like they deserve to have their own Nike.
Indeed.
I wouldn't even trip about that at all. So another thing, since we're talking about rappers here, I stumbled across some interesting information about rappers who served in the military.
Militarily, some veterans
veterans in the hip hop game.
I know there's a few out there.
Veterans in the service.
I know there's a few out there. I don't know all of them for sure.
So let me know. Let me hear which ones you know, because I feel like there's some that people knew. It's common knowledge that they knew that they were in the military, and then there's some that I feel like are a little more obscure.
The first one that I knew is MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, yes, he was in the military. He was in the Navy. He served in the Navy.
And then the other one that I know was Mystical.
Mystical was also Mystical was in the Army.
So
Mystical served in the Army. Yeah, everybody knew Mystical. And he came, his whole first album was all military, camp clip.
But I mean,
left, right, left.
But if you think about it, though, I mean, the No Limit Soldiers was like a military. So that
it makes sense.
People can misconstrue that from and not even related to him actually serving.
Yeah,
but no, and so those are the two that come to my head immediately. I know there's others. And I'm sure some of the ones that you say are but like
you'll probably
those are the two that come off the top of the dome right now.
So I think one of the bigger ones that people knew about that's been mentioned here and there, Shaggy.
Shaggy, yes, is one. Yes, I do know that. Yeah,
Shaggy was in I've even heard him talk. He got the voice that he uses when he sings. He got that from calling cadence in the Marine Corps. So the whole thing. It wasn't me. Yeah.
I'm Mr. Bombastic. Call me fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if I did that right.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good Shaggy. That was a better Shaggy than Kevin Hart, I'll tell you that. But so Shaggy was in the Corps. Here's one that surprised me. Ice-T.
I did not know Ice-T was in the Army.
Ice-T was in the Army.
I did not know that.
Ice-T was in the Army for 4 years, and ironically, that was his transition out of the street life. Going into the military. So that's what got him on the path.
And then he turned on the police
to where he is now. Yeah. Hey, you know what they say? You live long enough to see yourself become the villain. You either die the hero or live to become the villain. So, shout out to Ice-T for
dropping knowledge.
So, Nate Dogg.
I did not know Nate Dogg was.
Nate Dogg was in the Marine Corps. Straight out of high school, he went into the Marine Corps.
I did not know. See, I didn't know Nate Dogg.
So I was like, damn, that's pretty crazy.
He was singing hooks,
right? Probably in the Corps, but again, the cadence, the sync song of the cadence makes sense for Nate Dogg's style.
To a certain degree, I could hear it. I could hear it.
Another one that I saw that I didn't know, Cannabis. Cannabis was in the Army Reserves, which I thought was pretty cool. And I don't know.
I heard he was a casualty of war though when LL got a hold of him.
Man, LL took him down quick. No survivors. A new kid on the block, or newer than the rest of the names we just mentioned. Freddie Gibbs.
Okay.
Freddie Gibbs was in the Army for a little bit. Here's one that I feel is vaguely known. Tone Loc. Tone Loc was in the Army.
Tone Loc. Okay.
Yeah. Biz Markie.
I didn't know Biz Markie was in the military.
Biz Markie served for a little bit. And then there's two more. Soulja Slim was in the Army, which makes sense because his name was Soulja. And this one surprised me because I didn't realize that. But one of the members of the Clips served in the military.
Is that true?
Yes. Or at least by my data that I looked up. Somebody fact check me on that to see for sure. But yeah, Malice served in the Army.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty trippy. Now I don't think this is a extensive all-inclusive list, but from what I was able to find, like these were
I'm sure there's many others, but
11 individuals, big name individuals.
Well, thank you all for your service.
Yeah, shout out to my fellow veteran brothers.
Well, I guess with that, let's get into the tidbit.
The tidbit.
So you mentioned Outkast being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep.
One person that has come out for 2026 as an inductee, MC Lyte.
Dude, long overdue. Congrats.
She rocks the body that rocks the party.
Congrats to MC
Lyte.
But
I feel that's well deserved. I mean, MC Lyte is. I got the pleasure of meeting MC Lyte on a couple of occasions.
Oh, nice.
Very, very, very nice person.
Yeah.
Obviously talented. Big fan. So I think it's more than well deserved. Potentially overdue.
Yeah.
But I feel like
it's definitely overdue.
Now that hip hop is getting a little bit more eyes on them for the Hall of Fame. Again, we've talked about it. You know, it's called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and people get upset that other genres. But it's sort of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame at this point is sort of turned into the Music Hall of Fame.
Right.
So I think it's well deserved. I think there's a plethora of hip hop artists that are well overdue now that they're starting to include other genres and whatnot. And MC Lyte's definitely on that list.
I think it's dope. I'm finally glad that she's finally getting the due recognition that she deserves. Because I mean, she's been the front runner in this game for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the best and probably more noted female MCs.
Yeah,
I mean, she has MC in her name.
Right.
But she's always held it down. She's always been. I don't want to use this too vaguely, but she's not one of those campy rappers.
No,
because there were female rappers who were a little bit campy,
right?
Or or they lean too hard into sexuality, and I think MC Lyte was just like, I'm gonna do songs, I'm gonna do music, I got
lyrical,
everything, and she did songs about anything she wanted, and I feel like, and you can correct me if maybe my opinion is not accurate, but I feel like she's one of those few female rappers who had a male audience genuinely.
No, I agree.
Because there's some female rappers that like dudes will listen to, but they're not really running out there to like find, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, all right, this is cool, but now it's more directed towards females versus
the interesting thing about that statement is it could be a time frame thing too, because especially if we're talking MC Lyte, we're talking. I want to say she was the first solo female artist to drop an album in the late 80s. Yeah. So during that time frame, hip hop was definitely a more male dominated industry.
Absolutely.
And she also had a more roughneck.
Yeah, she was more authoritative. Persona, yeah.
Tomboy, whatever you want to call it. It was definitely a more male perspective.
Yeah.
Versus in the 90s where we had our Little Kims and our Foxy Browns, like they were more lean. I feel like they were more trying to lean into their feminism.
And there was some aggressiveness to some of those rappers, right? Yeah. Like Lil Kim had like a little aggression.
She did. Yeah. But she was definitely very street.
But it was more sexuality based. Yeah. Versus just hip hop.
Right.
Because MC Lyte, don't get me wrong, MC Lyte had songs that had sexual content or whatever. But it was just she could also come at you in another direction too.
Her lyrical wordplay was crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So
shout out to her. Congratulations to MC Lyte.
Absolutely.
For being abducted or nominated.
She's an
abductee.
She's part of the inductees. So I believe that means she's in there.
Shout out to her abduction.
Her abduction or induction.
Oh, did I read that wrong? Did I hear that wrong?
So big shout out to MC Lyte. Well deserved. And with that,
I think we hit another episode.
Episode is in the can, and we will check you out on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, follow, like, do all of the good social media actions. We appreciate it, and we will see you on the next episode of
Can You Reach That?
Can You Reach That?
Can you reach that?
Can You Reach That? Brought to you by Double One Entertainment in Coopersville. Hosted by Tango and Coop. And created and edited by Tim Greenlee and Brandon Adolphus. Music, sound design, and editing by Michael B. That's me. Visual art and graphic design by Jonathan Greenlee. Additional visual design by Timothy Greenlee.
Can you reach that? You see that?